You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Now, I want to try something different, right? Because there's real things going on in this world. We are living in what some will call the signs of the times, right? Some of us, our mamas, been reading scriptures, whether it be the Holy Quran, the Holy Bible, preparing us for this day and this time right here, which is serious times, whether you believe in the Bible or not, right? But nevertheless, there was a time in history when rappers rapped about the hard times that we was going through. And that's what helped us get through those hard times. But now, in today's time, where we need critical minds for critical thinking, well, let's rap about it.
Regular working, go to work 9 to 5 every day. You live a whole different life. It's just like you saying with people is in the street and people are civilians. Like, so I think it should just stay. I would advise my family just stay out of it. That's what I would.
So got nothing to do with you.
The problem with
He's
family,
100% right.
when they be responding on the internet, they say all the wrong shit.
Because they don't have nothing to do with it.
No,
but
it's
they just speaking out of defense of you being a family member.
Right. It's like, leave Jermaine alone.
Yeah, that's all.
He's a good boy.
What?
It's way
Leave him alone.
It's past that though.
He's a good boy. He only shot 2 people. Y'all say he shot 5. They say all the wrong
They
things.
say the wrong shit.
So it's like, come on, Auntie, why you?
Auntie blowing the
you-
spot
I don't
up.
think me personally.
Beefing with niggas
I don't think
over-
your family should get involved with nothing.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how conscious you have to be of your family when you out here in this game and you might could get into something because this shit could spill over. So it's like,
But think about it like this: before any rap fame or anything that might have came as far as music, right? And you got into a confrontation with a nigga in the street, the club, wherever you was at. Your family ain't crossed your mind in that moment.
Not in that moment,
you in
but
a
it
club
did.
and all
that
of that
moment,
is different
in the
than being
moment, though.
online.
Yeah,
but it's
Putting
different than having a success and everybody know who you are, and like it's a whole different feeling than you just being a regular civilian getting into something somebody that you probably would never ever see again. At this point, we get into something with anybody like it's not hard to
Right,
find.
because it's kind of 2 elements. Like if you was like Warren with niggas and it was like understood that y'all niggas is into it, you pretty much kind of thinking about, you know, the fact that where your family lay, and you thinking about times when you go over there, like, you know, because niggas know that they might be there. But
That's Warren. What my statement was
Right.
random.
You
don't know this man. You don't know
but
that.
in the heat of the moment,
And I'm
you think
saying
about
that
none of
as far as the kid in that situation don't know that nigga, don't know the person that might be riffing with their parent. Mm-hmm. So you shouldn't. I feel you can't control it, but you shouldn't jump in a space that you don't know what's really going on.
Now, this is conversations being held by 4 50-year-olds. These dudes is in their 50s, minus probably Dave East in his 40s. In critical times, we need critical thinking. But these are the conversations that's being sprinkled all over the nigga section of YouTube. You would think that these grown men will be coming with conversations that'll make you think, reflect, and prepare for what the future holds. But thank God for those real men out there that's using their voice to awaken you instead of trying to keep you looking in the opposite direction. Are you not entertained? In the days, in the times of the gladiators, when the gladiators was clashing swords in the Roman arenas, keeping you distracted. The politicians, well, they doing the things that your president is doing right now.
I regret to inform you that it's over. We've begun striking oil fields in Iran, and the Iranians are retaliating justifiably by striking oil fields in Gulf coastal nations. Not oil refineries, oil fields. This is not something that we can recover from in any time period under a decade. You 77 million Trump voters are responsible for literally destroying this nation. We will not recover from this. This is it. The United States of America is going to be replaced as the world superpower, and the US dollar is going to be replaced as the world reserve currency, probably with the Chinese yuan. I don't even have the anger anymore. I just need all Trump voters to know that you destroyed the United States of America. You actually ended it. It's over. I hope you understand the price of gas is going to hit at least $10 a gallon. The price of everything, starting with food, is going to skyrocket, and we are going into a recession unlike anything we have ever experienced before. It's going to make the 2008 subprime mortgage crisis actually look like child's play. It's going to make the 1929 Great Depression look like a good time. And if I'm being honest, as much as I don't want to go through any pain, I hope all Trump supporters go bankrupt. I hope you all lose your homes. I hope you end up homeless and starving.
Can I blame him for saying that? Absolutely not. Because it's always been the plan of the elite to erase the middle class. And when you sit back and you analyze it, the hip-hop industry has been erased. These rappers ain't rapping about it. They podcasting, because that whole section of billion-dollar, multi-billions of billions of dollars have been made through the rap game. Well, is this the end? Rest in peace to hip-hop. Rest in peace to rap. Rest in peace to R&B. It was all death by design. And instead of them rappers rapping about that or rapping about this, listen to the conversations that they having. But thank God for the real men out there that's actually talking about the things that we need to hear, because it will affect us in today's time, our kids in tomorrow's time, and our grandkids.
Some breaking news: Israel has launched a ground invasion into Lebanon, and hundreds of Israeli soldiers are flowing across the border. And for the first time, it seems like Israel is actually trying to seize Lebanon's territory and make it their own. Israel just said, quote, "In recent hours, Israeli troops have begun a limited and targeted ground operation against key Hezbollah strongholds in southern Lebanon." But as well as that, overnight, Israel carried out dozens of airstrikes against southern Lebanon, seemingly as a way to clear a path for these Israeli troops. But something that makes this even more crazy is not only that Israel has launched an invasion into Lebanon from northern Israel, but the Israeli troops have also flown into eastern Lebanon from Syria. They've literally crossed the Syrian border and started to invade there too. If you don't know, in the last few months, Israeli troops started flowing into southern Syria, and we now know why. It seems Israel has been preparing for this for quite a long time, and they're using the Iran war as a cover to do it. And overnight, Israel has launched what seems to be an operation they've been planning for months to invade southern Lebanon and possibly seize some of the territory for their own. Israel has said they're trying to, quote, "get control of a forward defense area." In other words, a buffer zone. However, in reality, it's just going to be taking Lebanon's territory. Over 800,000 people in Lebanon have been displaced in just the last 3 weeks. And now that this is happening, it seems it's going to be even more. And so, Israel has officially launched a ground invasion into Lebanon, and they've opened another front of the war. And this is something you wouldn't have even heard about because of the war in Iran. But I'm covering it, and so you can leave me a follow because I cover all of the news that you simply won't find anywhere else.
while black men are battling over egos on the internet, white men, white supremacy is battling for earth. Some call it Armageddon. You see the difference? It's just something to think about, right? It's as if these dudes are purposely making you look in the opposite direction. The elite spend billions of dollars to keep you asleep. My job is to wake you up.
Iran's new supreme leader said they're going to deploy their nuclear assets in the U.S. as 7 days to leave the Middle East, or they will use their so-called nuclear assets. Now, Netanyahu's been saying that they're a week away from a nuclear bomb for the longest time. Trump has been saying that, but everyone hasn't listened. Well, the way nuclear bombs work is that you have nuclear raw material, and once it's developed, it doesn't take very long to put it into a warhead, an ICBM, and deploy it. In other words, if they were able to create that material, and apparently they have, then they actually can have a nuclear bomb already ready, or have had one for the longest time, but have refused to use it. Now, they don't give their belief system, and this is very clear, they've made it clear many times, that they don't mind blowing up. They don't care if they die. They become martyred. It's part of their religious beliefs, their spiritual beliefs. They don't give a shit. So if you don't give a shit, your back's against the wall, would you use a nuclear weapon if you had it? The answer is absolutely. Here's the problem. If they use a nuclear weapon, what the Israel and the US gonna do? Same shit. And now you have a ridiculous thing happening. You have a nuclear holocaust going on, which, by the way, even if it doesn't blow up in your city, will send the entire world into a nuclear winter and we'll all starve. So this is a problem. This is a very big deal and no one's talking about it. So maybe you should share this with your fucking friends so everyone can say, you know what? Let's go be mature, sit down at a table, have some diplomacy. Hey, Ron, we'll give you a lot of money. We'll make sure you're good, but we're going to make sure you don't have any nuclear weapons. And maybe they'll do it. Problem is you blew up his fucking dad. You blew up his brother. What's he going to do now? He's going to say, go fuck. So, I don't know, we're in a predicament. It's going to be very hard to get out of. All I can tell you is you should share this so everyone's aware of what's going on, because if a bomb goes off, what do you think is going to happen to the markets? Are they going to go up or are they going to go down? Oh, yeah. Well, follow me if you want to understand strategy so you can at least make money on this thing before we all starve to death.
It's them last words. Starve to death. Tell me how you gonna breathe with no air. You ever breathed in nuclear dust? Let's rap about it.
The reason why the media isn't telling you what's going on is because majority of Americans are white Christians, and they've been told to hate Muslims and to fear Muslims. And if the media was to cover the fact that a Middle Eastern country has the finances and the equipment to sustain any type of conflict, white America would go crazy. And for the first time in history, an F-35 was shot out the fucking sky. That should tell you something. So the media is being held, manipulated, and given to you in microdoses. This is why it's important to look at other forms of media outside of America, where there is no biasness, where it isn't white ran. Al Jazeera will definitely give you the real meat and potatoes. So an F-35 was hit today. China has provided Iran with equipment that would scramble radars and disturb the skies to allow an F-35 to get hit. Russia is providing them intel on critical locations that house American soldiers. And like I said last night, this administration and these crazy white folks is marching the Americans to World War III. But in this scenario, it's going to be the world against America and Israel. And that's when we fall. And once again, thank your nearest MAGA and Trump supporters, because all they needed was to get a group of motherfuckers who hated everyone to vote for this to allow it to happen. So MAGA and Trump supporters, covertly, overtly, or filled with hate, racism, and bigotry. And we should never allow them to forget. And we should publicly shame, ridicule, make fun of them at their very own expense. Because if we're all going to get fucked, I'm going to play with myself. I'm not going to sit up here like, no. So remind them, it's all their fault. We have one last shot in November. If not, 1774. Take it easy.
Now, I'm not with the military mind games. I'm not with the military mind games. Whether it was Trump that pulled this trigger, it would have been Kamala Harris that pulled this trigger. We're not going to sit up there and act like the Democratic Party and the right or the left, what you want to call it, the Democrats or the Republicans. We're not going to sit up here and act like they not working for the same evil. We're not going to act like the Democratic Party, just as well as Trump's party, both of them are not on that Epstein list. Let's stop with the mind games. Who are we going to when we go to the voting booths? The only choice we have left is to vote for the Democratic Party, the ones that flooded America with illegals that committed crimes all over black, where the nigga section, we had to go through hell living with them. And then when the crime rate goes up, everything that the illegals did is blamed on the blacks in the black communities. And y'all made us look like savages. Then we had to sit up there and watch white people get on the internet and talk about how they tired of black people committing crimes. Meanwhile, y'all not even defending y'all kids on the Epstein list. Hello? Let the Epstein list tell it. Your children are being eaten like M&Ms. But y'all worried about what's going on in the black community. Are you not entertained? Is this not the conversations that we should be having? It is what it is. Let's rap about it.
Y'all know me. I'm not no highly intelligent motherfucker. And I didn't graduate summa cum laude. And I ain't got no PhD. But I got what the good Lord blessed me with, and that is common sense. And common sense tells me that in this divided Congress can't agree on a damn thing. They can't even agree to get these airport workers paid so they don't have to take other jobs and leave their job so they can support their family. They can't even do that. They can't even come together on that. But when they do come together, they call it bipartisan. They come to a bipartisan agreement, which means both sides, Democrats and Republicans, both agree on this shit. And they came to a bipartisan agreement not to expose the misconduct of their fellow congressmen. Overwhelming vote that you wouldn't suspect would vote no against this shit, voted no against this shit. It was bipartisan. And yet, when I make these posts about these kids and all this Epstein cover-up, there's always a lot of bickering back and forth in the comments section about Democrats and Republicans. Look, I'm coming to you, pleading with you as a human being, a mother, a father, grandfather, grandmother, uncle, aunt, niece, whatever the you are. Let us come to a bipartisan agreement like Congress did when they voted to cover up their sins, which is being paid for by our taxpayer dollars. Let's come to a bipartisan agreement that we need to protect these kids. We need the Epstein files to come out, find the that are guilty, whoever they may be, on whichever side they may be, whatever party they may come from, prosecute them and execute them. Hang them. Execute. So long prison sentence that we gotta pay for. Kill. It's like them kids was killed and trafficked and abuse and even eating. Let's come to a bipartisan agreement on that. Can we agree on that? Just that one thing?
Now, as we bring this video to an end, all I want to know, I need everybody that watched this video to put it in the comment section. What are we talking about? Y'all want the celebrity gossip Hassan Campbell that actually use these celebrities to actually sneak into real conversations? Or do y'all want this real talk? I mean, don't get me wrong, I can give you both. But which ones do you prefer? For me, I didn't get nothing out of let's rap about it. Their conversation is childish. Grown men that's supposed to be villagers leading the village. Well, it is what it is, man. Y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Live life as if you are on the run and stay dangerous at the same time, because there's a war going on outside no man is safe from. I'm out.